It's been so long ago and I've forgotten a lot of that. I was raised in uh, West Virginia, and I was determined I was coming to California no matter what. I came out when I was 18, and my husband was a minister. I had only 2 children, but I had a good life. Terry Isaac found out about the job, and she encouraged me to take it. They were happy to get me because it was a lot of confusion there. We didn't have any powers to regulate it. They soon got us straightened. We really ran the show ourselves. We did what we wanted to do, and we kept the children safe, but we didn't have any rules or regulations or anything. We just went for it. We just picked up children off the street and had them go to school, and they weren't making it. So I had to get firm with some of the children to make it so we could get along. I'm a rule person, and with kids, they follow the rules. 'Cause I didn't put up with any nonsense. And the kids got so they were very nice. And I had different teachers that planned different things for the kids, and they had a whale of a good time. Because we didn't buy anything. We didn't have any money to buy anything, so they had to do with what we had. Sandbox, a big sandbox. We had a tree too. So the kids, I told them they could climb the tree as high as they wanted to if they felt safe, and they did.
Bee was such a nurturing person, and she really believed in the idea that the school was here not only to serve the children, but to serve the families in the community. And so she gave me that opportunity to be a teacher. I think this place does more than many other schools. It's fascinating for me because at school I had studied linguistics and was very interested in how children gain a second language, and this was the laboratory for that. So I was really happy to be involved with multicultural. One of the challenges in those days is that we were getting huge streams of immigrants, a lot of Southeast Asians, but from all over the world, really, and it was very exciting. And I know one of my first experiences as a teacher was how to accommodate these children and teach them English so they would be prepared for kindergarten. And so we decided I would have a special small group of children that I would be teaching mainly vocabulary. And so it would be out in the hallway, not in the classroom, and we'd take a few kids, and every day there would be a few more kids and a few more kids, and pretty soon I'm thinking, some of these kids are English speaking, they're not the immigrant children. And a light bulb went off that all the children want the same language. We don't have to have a special pullout for immigrants. We just need to have a very rich language environment for all of the kids. The whole idea of diversity and welcoming everyone and everyone getting along and kind of shedding all of the societal stereotypes and everything. You just saw the children were colorblind. They just got along, and it was a very hopeful thing. We serve special needs children that may otherwise not be afforded any preschool because they get kicked out of school for misbehavior or whatever, and the parents are just out of luck. And so I think one thing that this school has always tried to do is accommodate a variety of different behaviors and try to normalize those behaviors so that we can serve all of the children. When B retired that following year, they asked me if I would be interested in being the director, and so I applied for the job, and that's how I became the director following B. And B had all the formative years of trying to figure out a curriculum and the rules and the regulations and things that we would follow. And she did a marvelous job. And so when I took over, I had her voice in me. I knew how she felt about so many things that all I had to do is think, well, what would B do? And then I had the answer, and I kind of knew how to go forward. At that time, we were still housed in the church, and my office was the choir room, so everything had to be locked up for the weekend, so there was nothing as left out. And so we pretty much had to have a portable curriculum, and even the climbing equipment had to be stored in a shed. Then the church decided that they needed to renovate the building, and so they no longer wanted us to occupy their space. So the pastor of the Presbyterian Church came up with an idea that perhaps we would raise the money and just build a school out on the grounds of the church. And I thought it was a great idea. I told him, but I was kind of joking. I mean, I didn't in my wildest dream really think that would happen. You had to know him to have confidence. He had faith, first of all, that this could happen. And he and one of the other members of the church, Dr. Carl Anderson, were members of the Rotary Club. And they suggested that the Rotary take it on as a project. They agreed to support the project. And eventually, we raised $500,000. The budget was $230,000. And when we got there, I said, "We're done. We got to." And Dr. Anderson said, "No, you're going to need more. It's always cost more. You don't realize, but everything costs more." So
they did it 25 years ago. A lot of people put their hands into this school, a lot of volunteers, a lot of sponsors. Thanks to the partnership with the Rotary Club of West Santa Rosa and other organizations like the Church of the Roses, they all love this center.
When I decided to leave, I was 66. I was ready to retire, and we were very fortunate to find a wonderful replacement.
I was born and raised in Peru. And when I finished studying, I traveled to Spain, Barcelona, because I want to study further on child development with the dreams of going back to Peru and open my own school. It will be a non-profit because I wanted to give opportunity to children with are less privileged than many. But something happened when I was in Spain. I fell in love and I married my husband, who is Danish American. And that changed my world. And I made my husband promise that I'm not going to come to this country and not work in what I really love.
A friend of mine told me, I have a great teacher who would be a wonderful director. And she told me about Milagros. And we had so much in common, and we just talked for 15 or 20 minutes, just nonstop, and I felt like she would be a great fit for this program. So I think she reflected all the values that I had tried to live up to in my term as director. So it was a great experience to walk away and have her there. So
I feel that this to become a director of this preschool, it was a big shoes to fill. It was like, oh my gosh, I knew about multicultural and the reputation this school had. So when I came, the school had all the bases. It had a facility, it was great. But another thing that I wanted to do is giving an upgrade to the playground, to continue giving the children a great place to work and learn. So I reached out to the Rotary Club of Santa Rosa West. That was in 2013. And I told them about my dream. I was dreaming to have a nature area. I was dreaming to have a bouncy surface so we don't need to pull mats every day and put them back on again, so the children can be safe and the teachers can dedicate more time to the children. So the Rotary Club Santa Rosa West donated $33,000 plus volunteer job from architects and contracts and their own members who came and gave this playground a super wonderful upgrade. So that was something that I really loved, and I couldn't believe that dream literally came through. And over the years, the same club has given us more things to upgrade the school. Our bike shed was built up, so serves also as a tunnel, and our picnic area in the front. And adding these fences was another addition. And this is what I've been working a lot over fundraising to add more safety and to our preschool for the children and also for the staff and the families who are here.
I am a teacher here and have worked at this center for many, many, many years. Learning of the multicultural was serendipitous for me. Soon after moving to Sonoma County from San Francisco Bay Area, we wanted our children to have a school experience that would honor diversity and culture, and we found that here, and so much more. Little did I know that my teaching journey would begin at multicultural, and I would stay on for the next 30 plus years. I feel very fortunate to have been guided, inspired, and mentored by such dedicated and passionate individuals. The reward from working with this community of families and children is tremendous, and I am truly grateful for being part of this very special center. A big congratulations to all those individuals who have given heart and soul to this school and its mission.
Each one of us directors, both me and myself and Milagros, have had entirely different challenges in a way that kind of reflect how society has changed over the years.
The biggest challenge actually that I faced over this last year was actually the fires. That was scary. We didn't damage anything. We were good. But a lot of our families lost their homes. One of our teachers lost their home. And that was very scary and traumatic. But we were able to come back together. We closed for 2 weeks. We regrouped, all of us, and strategized things that we can do to bring a sense of safety to our children and families. We even thought, let's just have another type of curriculum that is going to be soft and self-care curriculum. So we added yoga lessons with our children. We put air diffusers with lavender smells. We added a lot of more plants, indoor plants in the classrooms. The biggest challenge nowadays that we are encountering now is that the results of COVID and the pandemic, having so many children with masks, children at home, many parents with fears, and a lot of our children are suffering from speech delays and other type of fears that they have that it's coming up from moment to moment, and we have to try to learn to understand how to work with them and help the families So we are just walking into different type of terrain now, and we keep on doing that. I think we're strong. We can do this. I adore this preschool. It's my life, and I admire the most is that we're going to be 50 years in October, and only 3 directors run this preschool. I think that's pretty amazing, and we have a lot of in common. And the 3 of us, we are a very diverse little group, but we have a lot of in common, and this preschool brings it together. Like many other people are very attached to this preschool and their history. It's a fabulous history.
It was fun. It was really, really fun.